Hello guys, welcome back once again to this new tarot reading. Today I decided to continue with the tarot readings for the Boyz members, individual readings. Um, I think the last one I did was about Jujon, and I realized that there are like a lot of members, so I have like a long list to go, and I was also thinking that it didn't have many views, so probably the fans don't know about this tarot reading. So I wanted to actually take this video to make a reading for two members at the same time. I mean, in the same video, so I can save a little bit of time and I can move faster from member to member because there are so many, and also because I want to create content for them so they can find me more easily if they are interested in hearing about these interpretations about their favorite idols. So I would love for them to be able to actually um, find this kind of tarot readings if they do like the tarot and if they do believe in tarot and astrology, of course. So today I'm going to do a reading about New, that I believe his real name is Chanhee. But I don't know how to call him because I don't know if I'm pronouncing Chanhee all right. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it the right way, so probably I will refer to him as New. And the other member is going to be my bias, that is Sangyeon. I believe he is the leader, so I've been told. So I'm going to do a tarot reading today for both of them. So I'm going to start with New. So what I can say about New astrological energy, from what I could see, he's a Taurus. He's a full Taurus. He is a double Taurus. He is a Sun and Moon in Taurus. So definitely, and I believe that also his Venus is in Taurus. So there's a lot of Taurus energy in him. There's a lot of Venusian, beautiful, delicate, elegant kind of energy about him. There's something really appealing. There's something about, he makes me think um, about loving perfumes and loving a very delightful and very delicious meal, and probably being at home and being surrounded by being with watching Netflix on the couch with very warm and fluffy kind of blankets. This is very Taurus energy, so he definitely gives me this kind of vibe of this kind of man, that he definitely enjoys the good things in life, and that he is not probably like a big spender, in the sense that he does love luxury brands, but he's not the one that is a compulsive buyer. He makes sure to save enough money to buy something of quality. For Taurus, it's really important. Of course, he loves beautiful things, but at the same time, he wants to make sure that it's very well made, so it will last for a long time, or at least this is his intention. So probably this is why he trusts to buy probably things that are a bit more expensive than actually buying a lot of stuff for a cheaper price. For example, they do have an eye for fashion. They love fashion. They love art. They love beauty. They love perfumes. They love to smell good, and they love to smell other people's perfume as well. He's very attracted to that, and also to very just beautiful surroundings that make him feel at home, that makes him feel safe and comfortable. So let's go with the archetype cards. He got the card of Midas, Chameleon, and Femme Fatale. So definitely I can see the Venusian energy here. Here with the Midas, obviously he is someone that he is really aware of his talents. It's like he knows he's really good at what he does, or at least he knows he has the potential to give a good performance, or to probably perfectionate himself, and if he really wants to, he can achieve a lot more things. Definitely he knows he has the golden touch. He knows that he's able to make very successful choices for himself. He's a great strategist into this. There's something about him that his nature is really calm on the exterior, but actually he's very ambitious. He really wants to live a good life. He really wants to be successful. Everything he does is to be productive. It's to be useful. He doesn't like to be just sitting around. Like he likes money. This is the honest truth. I think that definitely he loves to be surrounded by, just by feeling comfortable. I don't think that this is about luxury, or this is about living in a mansion. It's about feeling safe around what you have or your possessions. Remember that Taurus energy is a very possessive sign. They don't like other people to be uh, uh, touching his stuff, for example. He doesn't like people to try to interfere into their personal matters. They are very hermetic in that sense. If they definitely are very affectionate and they are very loving, but at the same time, everything happens at their pace. So if he doesn't feel comfortable sharing with you, he will not share it. He's not someone that you can push around. Actually, trying to push around a bull, a Taurus person, it's very difficult trying to make them change their mind. If they have their mind set on something, it's impossible. They are not the kind of people that get upset easily, but if they do, they will not let it go. There's no way you can convince them otherwise. um and they just doesn't like people to be like pressuring them into doing things that they don't feel comfortable about. It's like he's not going to fight you. Like he's not going to be like, probably like an Aries sign would do, that they would like push you and then tell you to back off. He wouldn't use violence, but actually he would use this very calm nature of his, and he would probably would look at you with a certain glance, that he would let you know that he's not interested, that he's not someone that you can force to do things if it doesn't feel ready to do it, because he does think a lot. So definitely here with the archetype of the chameleon and the femme fatale, he is very impressive in the sense that he can turn into whoever he desires. So he's very flexible when it comes to his artistic representation. He can actually pull off a lot of styles, and probably he can take a lot of concepts, and he doesn't have problems with that. And actually, he loves to seduce. He loves to make people feel um, seduced by him. There's something about him that is very alluring, and that he can be a bit flirtatious. He can be a bit of a seducer if he wants to, especially because he is a Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So definitely he is a lover. And he loves to get closer to people and to make people feel things. So and I have the feeling that, I don't know his role in the group, but if he is a vocalist, that probably there's something about his voice that is very soothing, that is very sensual, that is very romantic, because actually Taurus also rules the throat, the vocal cords. So a lot of great singers of all times had been Taurus signs, or they had like a strong placements of Taurus energy in their charts. So definitely Taurus, it's the kind of singer, it's the kind of entertainer that inspires you to get ready for love. He has that, and probably with his voice and with his performance, he can get you to connect with those kinds of feelings. So let's go with the tarot cards that came out for him. He got the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. So they definitely are working a lot, and there are moments where they do feel defeated. There are moments where they are going through, as a group, in a roller coaster, especially intellectually, because it's like they just really are really thinking hard about new concepts or new storylines for their performances. They definitely are involved in this process, in this creative process, because I believe that they had been participants of Kingdom before. So definitely they have the experience. They know that that they are capable of pulling out an amazing performance. But at the same time, it's like sometimes they feel really good and really proud of what they achieved, and then when they see the results, they suddenly feel like, oh, we should have tried harder. um I think that sometimes they feel like their ideas goes to waste, that they have a lot of ideas, but somehow something happens, and maybe someone changes it up, or probably there are not enough props, or the schedule doesn't fit, so they end up like doing something average when it comes to probably the scenario or the effects. So definitely they feel a bit restricted, and also when it comes to ideas. But at the same time, if I have to see his energy in particular, I see him actually here as this Queen of Wands. He definitely feels really proud of his performance. He definitely feels proud. There's something about him that he definitely feels like he's doing his best. That actually, um, he is shining. He feels really good about himself. There's a bit of confidence in here with him. I think that despite of the moments that they feel like they could rank a bit higher, and they feel a bit disappointed by the news, or by learning that maybe they are not going up as they would want to, or maybe one week they are very close to be number one, and then in the other week then they go back on the top bottom again. So it's a bit disappointing, but at the same time he feels really comfortable. He feels he does actually it's not that he doesn't care. It's just that he's just having fun. He's just having fun, and he's just doing what he loves and what he knows how to do. So there are no inner fears here. There are no insecurities from his part. And actually it's because he has the love and support of the group. There's something about, probably he's really close or really good friends with two or three of the members. So definitely he feels like he is on a school trip. Like this, it's a fun experience because they are together, and at the same time they get to hang out with seniors, or they get to hang out with other artists. So there's something about him that he's also a bit of a social butterfly. So he's enjoying these kind of movements, and these kinds of changing of location, and seeing new people, and at the same time being with the people he knows and loves, that is the members. So there's actually not something that he feels threatened about. He sure it's someone that if you ask him to put a little bit more of effort, he will do it, because actually he knows he can. but he trusts his abilities. I don't think he's an insecure person, or at least he doesn't let it show. And then with the King of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Knight of Cups, um, definitely he loves to meet other people, but at the same time it's like like he wants to go back to probably being on his own. It's like he's very sensitive also. He has a lot of, I don't remember if he has some kind of uh, like, see if he has water signs in his birth chart, but definitely there's something about him that he's very emotional, so maybe he can get a bit drained in like in his psychic, because when he's surrounded by a lot of people, then he needs to retreat and he needs to rest and he needs to go back to be on his own because he feels a bit overwhelmed. But nevertheless, he's magnificent. It's like he has a posture. He has like some kind of he reminds me of a diva. I don't know why. I don't know him actually, but he reminds me. He has this diva attitude. Like he definitely loves to be the spotlight, but then when he has to go back to his probably to be by himself, he's really a simple person. I believe he's a very simple man. I believe he definitely appreciates to be surrounded by a really and cozy environment, and being surrounded by the people he loves. He's someone that he lives his life very peacefully. Actually, I don't see him like having troubles actually, but I do think that sometimes he feels lonely, and that there's something that he would probably want is to be able to um, make like a love proposition for someone. There's something about a love proposition here. So I don't know who this person is, but he's thinking about someone, and definitely he's going to be thinking about that someone in the next months, because somehow he wants to connect with this person, but he cannot do it because he will be really busy. So he will have to be moving again. He will have to be moving around, but at the same time he will have that person in his mind. He will feel really romantic about this person, but somehow he cannot reach to this person. He cannot see this person because he will be working a lot. He will be moving around a lot. But there's something about him that he feels really. I think he wants to be in love. I think it's not actually about the person itself. I think that it's more about feeling this kind of romantic sentiment. I think that he is very romantic, and he's capable of a lot of loving feelings and a lot of romantic feelings. So definitely he feels inspired by this person, but he will start working. He will think about this person. I don't see him actually like communicating to this person. Probably this person doesn't even know that he has feelings, but definitely he does. And but he's a bit shy. He's a bit reserved person. It's like he takes his time to make a move. So probably he will entertain himself, or he will keep himself busy with other things until he can see this person again. But yes, I see him like he's a romantic at heart. So, but I see him, yes, really busy. So this is all I have for you, or Chanhee. So now I will move on to the next reading. That is a reading for Sewon. Seo. I don't know how to say it. Seo. Yes, Seo. Uh, let's go with Sangyeon. He is a Scorpio with a moon in Leo. So a lot of moon in Leo in this group. Actually not a lot. Yes, a lot. Yes, I think there are three of them. Three of them are Moon in Leo, and there's one of them that it's a Leo. It's a Leo sign. So definitely a lot of stardom here, a lot of divas in this group. So actually, I wanted to share why this man became my bias. I know that probably a lot of people don't care, but I'm going to say it anyways. I was watching when they were doing the performance for Oso Le Pio, and I was watching the part where they were preparing and they were about to shoot and everything, and all of a sudden, Sangyeon couldn't light up this. I don't know how to call it, this stick that he had. So he was feeling really sorry about it, and I felt really sorry for him as well. And he just won my heart from that moment on, from that moment of vulnerability, because it really sucks when you are like in a very important moment and you know that it's important for you to accomplish a task, and suddenly it looks like the universe works against you, and suddenly the thing that had to work, it doesn't work. So even though there's no way you can control it, you do feel really guilty about it. So definitely I went through that myself a few times in my life, and I could understand the frustration in his eyes. He was like, oh my God, he was like breathing really hard because, oh my God. And I felt so sorry for him, and I fell in love with him from that moment on. So let's go with the cards that came out for Songwon. Only I'm going to talk a bit about him being a Scorpio and a Leo moon. Definitely that means that he's very passionate, that he has a lot of fire. He has a lot of fire. He's definitely very, it actually is very weird to see a sun in a Scorpio with a moon in Leo, because in the sense that Scorpio people, they tend to be a bit secretive. They tend to keep them to keep things to themselves. They tend to be really introverts, to have a moon in Leo is almost like life forces you to go out and put yourself as the center of attention, and actually doing kind of that is the best for your development as a person, and as for your personality, to work in the industry, and probably to be an artist, to be expressive, to show yourself, to allow yourself to be the center of attention, even though if you feel insecure and if you feel like you are not good enough, that Leo moon is going to push you to the spotlight. It's going to push you in the front row, so that everyone can see you. So definitely for a Scorpio, that must not be really comfortable. But I'm glad that he's taking that leap of faith. I'm sure he's going to do it great when it comes to being the leader. So let's go with the archetypes cards that came out for him. He got the card of a scribe, victim, and servant. Wow. So the scribe, it means that he likes to write, or at least he's really good with words. Probably he likes to write about how he feels, or at least he should try to do this whenever he feels like he has no one to talk to, or actually when he's struggling, or when he's going through a tough time, and that he doesn't know how to express his emotions. Which, if he is a Scorpio, he obviously has a lot of emotions, and like I can see here, there's definitely a sense of him be feeling a bit helpless, because here with the archetype of the victim and the servant, definitely there's this feeling of not feeling good enough, or maybe not feeling that he's that he is actually recognized for all he does. So definitely there are moments where he feels like he's a victim of the circumstances, in the sense that um, being a leader is a tough job. It's a tough position, and I don't know if these companies actually teach these young men how to be a leader, because I think that probably they give them like guidelines, or they give them like a certain speech about how you have to communicate your ideas to the group, but I don't think that they train them like when it comes to how to deal with emotions, when it comes about how to deal with everyone else's emotions, because it's a lot of responsibilities and it's a lot of sacrifices that you have to do in order to be a leader. So I think that one day I'm going to do a reading about the leaders in the K-pop groups, because definitely there's a lot of pressure in being the leader. There's a lot of things that actually, yes, they congratulate. I'm not talking about the group, I'm talking about probably the CEOs, or the people that are in higher positions, that they somehow like they put all the expectations on the leader, in the sense that, oh, if the group fails, it's your fault because you didn't know how to communicate, or if the group doesn't do a certain activity, or if they don't complete a certain schedule, it's your fault. You should have known. You should have. So there could be a lot of pressure, actually, and I think that there's like a lot of pressure and expectations, but there's not a lot of acceptance, and there's not an emotional support. So I think that he definitely feels like a servant, because he is like, no one is assisting him. No one is teaching him how to be better at what he does, because not only he has the responsibility to be really good at the training, and at the practicing, and at the performance, and at the professional aspects of being a performer, but also he has to be a good leader. So there is like two jobs in one, and what's funny is that he gets paid, if they get paid, he gets paid the same than the rest of the members, but he has more responsibilities sorry, I can speak English today, than them. So definitely there's a lot of here there's a lot of pressure. I see it in him. I see like he's really struggling to just maintain himself sane, but definitely there are moments where he feels he could ask for help for someone, but actually no one is available. It's like everyone has their own business to attend, so it's like no one is paying attention either. So this is why I think that no one is monitoring them. No one is like looking out for these kids, because they are all kids, even though they are young adults. So let's go with the cards that came out for him. He got the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Four of Cups, the King of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So yes, he definitely, like I said, he's definitely putting all his effort and everything he can possibly think of, how to actually maintaining the group together, and actually how he can do better, or what he can do in order to create a certain feeling of a family in the group, and trying to receive everyone's request and hearing everyone's point of view. He wants to be partial, he wants to be fair, he wants to be a good leader. It's just that sometimes he just also wants to be left alone. This is the truth. Sometimes he just wants to get away from so much responsibility. I think that definitely he feels pressured, and there are moments where he feels he cannot be himself because he's like all the time be pointed at this, oh, that he is the responsible one, because it's like if you are the leader you cannot mess up, or if you are the leader you have to be perfect, or you have to be an example for others, and at the same time you are a person, you are a human, and you can make mistakes because you are a human, you're a human being. So definitely there are moments where he also has a lot of like anger. There are moments where he loses his patience very easily and he just wants to get away, but it's because he has to keep this certain balance, and um, he has to try to be as neutral as possible, and at the same time there are moments where he's feeling really tired, especially mentally. He doesn't know what to do with all the ideas. And also there's something about his own intuition, because Scorpio is very intuitive, but there's something about his intuition that actually he's not been able to connect with his intuition lately. So this is why he wants to probably like trying to do some action or do some activity to release all that anger inside of him, because it's like intuition is blocked, his perception is blocked, because he's like trying to see everyone's points of view, everyone needs, everyone's voices is in his head, everyone's ideas, everyone's character, and at the same time he's not able to focus on himself, and he's not able to see himself. So this is why his nature is blocked. And here with this Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Four of Cups, yes, there's he also is very stubborn, in the sense that he is not going to he's going to hold on to this position until the end of times, because actually he feels very responsible for the group, so he's not going to give up. Actually, this is why I don't think he actually lets people know that maybe he's tired or that maybe he's burned out, because he doesn't want people to worry about him. And at the same time he's just been stubborn, in the sense that he thinks that he can make it. He thinks that he can make it on his own without telling people how he really feels. So actually this decision, what is causing him for him to be a bit apathic about the situation, especially about what he wants. I think that it would be really nice for him to have someone to talk to. Um, Probably there's something about a past relationship of his. Probably he had, because I don't see this person here, but here with the Lovers, I have the feeling that probably he had like a person from his past that actually like broke his heart or left him or abandoned him, and that he is still holding on very tight to that feeling of rejection. So, and that feeling of loneliness. So, probably this is why he doesn't want to give up on the group, or he feels responsible for others, because somehow there's someone, or there was someone really important in his life that left him, or that left without saying goodbye, or like, because I see that definitely he has a lot of propositions. I mean, in the sense that if he would want to date someone, or if he would want to build a romantic relationship with someone or an emotional connection, he could. But at the same time, he's caught in the past. He's caught in this feeling of lacking, on this feeling of I'm not good enough. So he's not seeing the possibilities. He's only seeing what he missed. So That's very sad, actually. And here with the King of Swords and the Three of Swords, there's definitely someone from the company or manager or someone that is really harsh on him. That is really harsh on him. And probably this has to do with the results of Kingdom. Like, um, I'm not sure if they're going to win or not, but definitely there's going to be a moment of disappointment when it comes to the choices. And this also is going to make him feel a bit heartbroken, a bit sad, a bit of despair also. But they will just have to move on, because here with the last card, that is the Six of Swords, they will definitely have to move on, to accept the results and move on to bigger things, because actually they are going to get, I think that I said it in the readings that I did for them in as a general in the group, that they're going to get a lot of popularity and they're going to get a lot of exposure and a lot of deals. Definitely they're going to be working. So, but there's this feeling of having to move on, that I think that they also are enjoying this time in Kingdom. I think that the fact that they are meeting their seniors, or that they are meeting very people that they admire, they are opening their minds also. This experience is opening their possibilities to make connection with other artists that they admire, and possibly getting to know other artists also that they, if it wasn't for that opportunity, they wouldn't have been able to connect the way they did. I think that this show is very beneficial for them. But at the same time, like facing probably like not being able to maybe win, or probably like being being selected, or it definitely like triggers a bit of insecurities inside of yourself, and it makes you wonder what you could have done better. But this life is all about, and this is a competition. Like, thank God this show is not very, it doesn't look very like aggressive competition. But of course, that if you go there to participate, it's because you want to win, or at least you want to be in the top three, or you want to be considered one of the best. So obviously there's ambition there, and there's a lot of hope. So I could understand if they don't make it to the final, that they would be a bit heartbroken about it. So this is all I have for the two of them, for Sangyeon and News. So I thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. And I have other videos about, I believe it's about Eric. I have a video about Eric. So if you would like to check it out, I have a playlist about the boys. And if you have others, Diobis that could be interested in my interpretations, in my humble interpretation, because I'm getting to know the boys. So if I'm saying something wrong, please educate me, because I know nothing about them. But I love their energy, and I'm really looking forward to read more about them. So I'll see you in the next video, and please share it or like it if you can, and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.